Today's title is Lewis Howes. This one mindset shift will make financial freedom your reality. Forget what you know. Hi, my name is DC. I'm studying to become a manifestation coach. And on this channel, we're going to debunk the mysteries of all things manifestation, separating fact from fiction, and going over the different methods that are out there so we can manifest the good life. In our last video, we talked about how to manifest in terms of alignment with the greater good. In this video, we're going to talk about 4 key principles and how to shift our mindset to manifest financial abundance. This was an inspiration from a podcast done by Jay Shetty. While they talked about a lot of different topics, we're going to narrow it down to how to manifest financial abundance in our life. So the first part is going to be being able to shift our mindset from lack to abundance. And the second part of this video would be to take that mindset and be able to take actionable steps toward achieving financial freedom. So the first step that Lewis talks about is understanding our relationship with money and becoming aware of our story, and to be in tune with the feelings that we get when we're checking our bank account or paying our bills or receiving money, earning money. Also, he discusses our upbringing, which is part of the store, what he calls our money store. What was the relationship growing up? What did our parents think about money? How was their relationship? And how did that affect and influence our relationship? In his story is that money was very hard to come by. Money was very hard to hold on to. Even when he was successful, he felt very, very uncomfortable with spending money. He would be financially well off, but still sleeping on his friends' couches, for example. It wasn't until he understood this paradigm that he began to shift his focus. So it's important to understand that with our mindset and our story about money, in terms of our feelings, we want to really be aware of it. If we're stressed and anxious, we want to turn that story around. We want to turn that mindset around to be able to feel free, easy, have good energy when it comes to our relationship with money. That way, we can either push it away or be open to receive. Money flows when we have a better relationship. And to have a better relationship, we have to have good energy about it. We have to feel good about attaining money, keeping money, and spending money and letting it circulate through our lives. And just understand the universe is ever abundant and that there's no such thing as lack, only in our mind. He also talked about money is energy. To shift that mindset, we have to understand not just our feelings, but being able to change those thoughts and feelings in our money reality. In his story, it was that when people made money, they had to do something bad to earn it. In his story, rich people were bad, so he didn't want to be bad, and therefore he pushed away financial abundance on a subconscious level, even though he wanted to earn money, even though he wanted that financial freedom. So he had to change the story from rich people are bad, rich people are good, and they're generous with their time, they're generous with their resources, and that's why money flows effortlessly and easily into their lives. Which brings me to our third point, is to cultivate abundance and generosity. What that means is having a generous mindset. He talked about being able to be very generous with our time, knowledge, and resources and offer value. In his case, he was a football player that was injured sitting in his sister's couch, and he had a lot of time to think about how he can add value to other people. So one of his innate abilities was to ask questions, be curious about other people, and to inject passion and joy in which he was to ask these questions and make inquiries. Eventually, he started a podcast and started interviewing people, which was his passion, and he was able to ignite joy and passion to other people, and therefore to add value to other people. The fourth and final thing was, with the mindset of abundance, is to manifest abundance. So he has a story about that. He heard all about manifestations and affirmations, so he decided to do an experiment in which he would be fully committed to doing affirmations every day, all day. While he was in New York, in the subway, he picked up a couple of pennies. So his affirmation was, money comes abundantly and freely to me, and I see it everywhere. And he kept repeating this affirmation and other affirmations too. And what he found was 2 pennies on 2 separate occasions. And one of the pennies that he picked up, which he, of course, every time he picked up the penny was thankful for, and instead of just saying it was just a penny, claim it as evidence that the affirmations were working. In this case, one of the pennies that he saw was known as a wheat penny. It was a penny that was minted in 1945. If you look up a mint penny, they're highly, highly valued. In this case, this particular penny was valued at $4,000. And he picked it up on a New York subway while he was going downstairs to catch a train. Interviewer Jay Shetty also talked about the goddess of money, Lakshmi. Whether you believe in deities or not is beside the point. The point is that in the culture, they would treat money as sacred. They would pick up the penny and put it to their head. It would affirm money coming effortlessly and freely into people's lives. So all it takes is just a shift in our money mindset, understanding our money story, healing from our money story. From there, take action toward achieving abundance by adding value to other people, and to really believe that we deserve money flowing through our lives because we can do a lot of good with it. As with the case with Lewis Hughes and Jay Shetty, they have been able to achieve financial freedom as a result, and so can we. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button and comment below. Let me know what you've learned. And if you haven't already and you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. Thanks and have an epic day.